Am I still in medical school? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Hopefully you stick around. So it's been a little while since I did like a life update, school update video. It's been several months. I don't know exactly how many, but it's been quite a few months since I came on here and just talked to y'all about what I have going on with medical school. And I feel like the number one question that I need to answer right now is, am I still in medical school? So the answer is no. I have transitioned from the medical school to the clinical mental health route, and this decision wasn't made overnight. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and honestly, y'all, I just wasn't really feeling super fulfilled when I was in medical school. I was kind of burnt out, to be honest. I wasn't really having fun. I wasn't really enjoying what I was doing, and it was reflecting in my overall work ethic, my grades, everything. I just wasn't flourishing like I'm used to flourishing. And that's kind of when I started to think that maybe this wasn't the route that I wanted to take for my life. And then something major happened. I'm not going to say what that major thing was, but y'all all know that thing that happened in 2020 that's still going on right now starts with a C. I'm not going to say the word because a bunch of YouTubers say that when you talk about it, YouTube does something weird to your channel. So I'm not going to say the word, but y'all all know the big major thing that we've all been dealing with lately. So that hit 2020. And during that time, it was over that summer for me. And I was supposed to be studying for my STEP exam, which is one of the board exams that you have to take to progress through medical school. And I just felt, for lack of better words, I felt like I was kind of wasting my time. Like, it seemed like there was so much going on in the world, so many major events. People were dying, people were getting sick. We had no idea what this thing was at the time, and we had no idea how to treat it. And yet I was at home having to study for this major exam that was going to basically make or break what residencies I could get into. So that was already a stressful situation in itself, trying to study for the exam. And then I had this other major thing that was happening in the world that affected my life and so many other people's lives. And it just wasn't going well, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I was so unhappy during that time. Our STEP exam actually got pushed back because of the major thing, and that led to a lot of us actually starting the next year without having taken that exam. I was one of those people. My exam got canceled several times, and so the actual building that was holding the exam was closed because of you know what. I literally could not take the exam. So I started school, and then I had to keep studying for the STEP exam because I hadn't taken it yet. So all of this was looming over me while I'm trying to go through these rotations, while I'm trying to deal with the special precautions that we had to take during this time. We really weren't able to see a lot of patients because of, y'all know. And so it was just rough. Like, I just was like, this is just not it. I just was not happy. It was not going well. And I started to hear a lot about children that were struggling a lot during this time. So I don't know if you guys know, but mental health not only affected adults during this time, but it also affected children. Even as young as 5 years old, were having depression symptoms, were having suicidal ideations. And when I was hearing this, I was just like, oh my gosh, like who's gonna help the babies? Like I just felt like I wanted to do something to help them. And although I could help children as a pediatrician, I just felt like there was more that I was being called to do. And so ultimately, I started to look into things like child psychology, and I actually went on, you know, those sites where you type in whatever career path you're looking at, and then they match you up with different schools that have the program that would help you reach that career path. So I did that. I typed in child psychology because I was very specific. I knew I wanted to work with children, and I thought that child psychology was the best way to get me there. So for this site, I put in my name, I put in my school history, grades, all those sorts of things. And within like 5 minutes, I started getting phone calls. And honestly, I ignored like the first 3 because I just thought they were like spam calls, y'all. I was just like, there's no way these schools are calling me this quickly. And then finally, I was like, all right, well, maybe this is an actual school that's calling me. Let me just go ahead and pick up. So I picked up. This was the first call that I actually picked up. And the lady was just so nice. She was so warm. I talked to her about that I wanted to do child psychology, but I was currently still enrolled at that time in medical school. And she was just like, wow, I'm so proud of you. Mind you, this lady has never met me, talked to me a day in her life. She's just like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you're stepping into what you feel is your calling. I'm going to be here to support you along the way. I mean, it was just so warm. And because this school is a Christian school, I could just feel that this was where I was supposed to be. Especially in this time in my life, and especially with everything that's going on, I just really wanted to feel connected in that way to my school. And the school that I'm at now, that's exactly what I have found. So I told her that I was interested in child psychology, and she told me that they did have a child psychology master's program, and she was like, you know, I can get that master's and then go on to get a PhD in child psychology. But she told me that they had another program which was called clinical mental health with an emphasis on children and adolescents. And she told me that at the end of this program, I would be able to get licensed. I would take a big licensing exam, get licensed, and then I could choose if I wanted to just be a clinical mental health counselor or therapist, or I could actually go on and still get my PhD while I'm working. I'd be a licensed therapist that can still be working and making money while I pursue my PhD. And I just thought that that sounded like exactly what I wanted to do. It's funny because the options for this major were very similar to medical school. If I wanted to be a pediatrician, I could work in the hospital, I could work in my own private practice, I could work in a group. And those are the exact same options that I have as a clinical mental health counselor. I can work private practice, I can work in the hospital, or I can work with other counselors if I so choose. And I just started thinking like, wow, like if only I had found this before, because I honestly didn't even think to look into this, y'all. But then I kind of stopped myself because I was like, yes, I could have saved some time and some money if I had found this program first. I'm still so grateful for the experience that I gained from being in medical school, the knowledge that I gained, the people that I met. And now I can truly say that I have a wide array of information that I can still apply to my career as a clinical mental health counselor for children. Because I do have the medical background, and now I'm going to have the clinical health background. So I don't question God. I feel like everything that happens to me is for a very specific reason. And I am just glad that I can now say that I found something that's making me really happy. I've been taking classes now for a few months, and it's just going really, really great. It's actually an online program, which is perfect because it's giving me a lot more free time, a lot more flexibility in my schedule, which for me right now is super important since I am also passionate about YouTube and doing my hair and posting about my hair. This program has just given me a lot more time to do that. I am just a big advocate for not placing yourself in a box, not feeling like you can only do one thing. Yes, I'm very passionate about children, but I'm also passionate about other things. And you don't have to feel like you have to stick to something just because that's what everybody wants you to stick to, or that's what you feel like you're supposed to stick to, or I'm too far in now, I can't change paths. No. Y'all, life is short, okay? I am in my 20s. I don't know how old y'all are that are watching this video, but it's never too late to do something else. If you're not happy, if you're not feeling fulfilled, if you're feeling like there's something else that would make you happier, then go after it. Like, the worst that can happen is that it doesn't work out. But the best thing that could happen is that it does, and that you are super happy. And that's what happened to me. So I hope that you guys found some encouragement with this. If you are still on your medical school journey, keep going. You can do it, I promise. If you are feeling like the med school thing isn't working out, if you haven't gotten accepted, or if you just are feeling like that's not really what you want to do, don't be afraid to do something else. Don't be afraid to find whatever will make you feel fulfilled in your life. There are plenty of ways to help people. Medical school, nursing, those are not the only ways that you can help people. There are so many options out there. Do your research. Find something that you feel like really touches you, something that you can really connect with, because if this is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, it needs to be something that you actually enjoy. As far as other things that are new in my life, in the past 7 months, I've been in a wonderful relationship, and that has also led me to feel a lot more happy, a lot more fulfilled, and he just is so encouraging. Like, I love him. He makes me just feel so supported through all of my decisions. He was actually my boyfriend when I decided to make this transition, and he was just like, babe, I'm going to support you with whatever you decide to do. Like, I want you to be happy. And that is super important. Like, make sure that you have a partner that is going to be there for you, because sometimes it's going to get rough. And having somebody there that is in your corner makes all the difference. All right, y'all, I feel like I have talked for long enough. I just wanted to let you guys know what was up. I hope that y'all still follow me on this journey, and I hope that you found something in this video that could help you on your own journey. Thank y'all so much for watching, especially if you watched all the way to the end of this video. I love you. Like, I really, really appreciate it. I am uploading videos every single Friday now. I'm really focusing on my YouTube channel and becoming more consistent. So make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Make sure you turn on my post notifications just in case you forget that I post videos every single Friday. And comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any comments, anything. I am always open to talk to y'all. I'm always open to answer any of your questions. Whatever I can do to help, I am here for you. So that's the end of this video, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.